Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whenever you're watching this video, I appreciate the support. Welcome back, welcome to. Love you guys. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is Tuesday, May 7, 2024. I wanted to give you a window to my thought process and what I think potentially could be happening with Bitcoin. Something has happened since my last video, and I wanted to give you an update. So, first things first, before I start, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. This is a window to my thought process, a bunch of things that I hypothetically might be doing. I have been doing technical analysis for 17 years now, and I have been investing in crypto for almost 10 years. I have experienced multiple cycles and halvings, and I'm trying to just teach you a skill set that will allow you to understand market structure instead of going to the news and listening to a bunch of liars to make financial decisions. So, from my last video, what has changed? If you remember, do me a favor, like the video. I said the most important thing was the 62222 level. We had alerts there. I said that would be the first time the monthly RSI would break monthly bullish structure. What is bullish structure? When your waves make higher lows and higher highs. If we were going to break this most recent low, then that would have given me insight that this would have been a trend change for the worse and we would have had major blood. But because we're seeing this right here and because we're seeing buying pressure at major support, that is showing me that this could be just a healthy consolidation on the weekly, lining up with where we were in past previous structures. We would use the 11, 21, and 31-day moving average as support, and this could be another continuation to the upside. So, we didn't make a lower low. We actually have made a higher low. What that means is that gives the structure of making a higher high to this one here, 77.15, more probability of happening. You can see here clear as day as you continue making higher lows and higher highs. The first time you break market structure and make a lower low, that gives, it's a trend reversal and you have a very high probability of making then a lower high and coming down to the downside. Same thing if you're making lower highs and lower lows. The first time you make that higher low, it shows that you have a high probability of it being a trend reversal. So because we haven't had a break in market structure, because we did not make a lower low to the 62.222 when we stopped at the 66, that shows me that the short-term consolidations could lead more bullish now, okay? Most important thing is we zoom into the weekly. During bullish continuations on longer time frames, Bitcoin has used the 11, 21, and sometimes the 31-day moving average as support. The most important thing is the RSI stays above the 50 line. Every time this has happened, we have used the moving averages as support, formed bullish market patterns, bull flags, ascending triangles, etc., double bottoms, W patterns, and we have broken to the upside. We have broken to the upside. We have broken to the upside. So yes, we are coming down on the weekly. We could be extremely oversold somewhere in this area, but as long as we find support along those moving average, this could be a nice healthy consolidation and then another push to the upside. I want to say something, right? My father has always taught me this. When you have an asset that just goes up to the right, all you're looking to do is just get in at the lows, right? You're not looking to short something that's up 3 million%. You're just looking to get the best dollar cost average price possible. That's all we're looking to do on this channel. So as of right now, let's turn off everything because I hate when it looks messy. We went from the 11 to the 21, found support, and we're back above the 11, okay? Showing that this could be a continuation, 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 continuation. Let me show you in the past, okay? Continuation, 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 all the way up to here, 20,000. The most important thing is the market structure changed when the weekly RSI broke the 50 and then we were bearish. The market structure changed when we broke the 50 on the weekly and we were in section B. That's when we started using the moving averages as resistance. We started using it as resistance. We started using it as resistance right here. 1, 2, 3. We broke above, used the 50 as support, using the moving averages as support. We broke the 50 here. We broke the moving averages. We were using it as resistance all the way until where? Here, January 23, when we broke above into section A and we're using it as support. We have used the moving averages ever since. So because we're at the 66, a ton of room to consolidate, stay sideways, form a nice healthy bull flag or something like that for the next couple of weeks or months, whatever it is, and then eventually break to the upside. Why? Because we formed a higher low on the monthly. Long-term trends predict short-term outcomes. If the monthly formed a higher low and is now pointing up, I'm expecting the weekly to stay flat and form a bottom, and I'm expecting the daily to form now a more bullish pattern. So now we zoom into the daily. We don't need the moving averages. I want this to be nice and clear because it's very simple. I said we could come down to the first support levels of 57,000 to 56,000 because it was the top of this candle here, top of the wick, bottom of the wick. I said if we were to break, we were looking at levels of 54,000 and then a major liquidity zone of 50,000 to 52. We have stopped, we formed a double bottom, and now we've come up. The most important thing is we've been using this orange line as resistance and this orange line as support. Yesterday I posted in the Discord that it looked bad. I thought that we were going to come back into the trend. If we were going to come back into the trend and break this support of 62.5, let's just say, we were going to come back down, and I was assuming that we were going to come use potentially this yellow line, white line right here, even worst case down here, as support again. Now, what is happening is we are forming bullish divergence on the shorter time frames, meaning the RSI was in section B, it is now in section A on the 12-hour. The 16-hour has went from section B into section A, and you could see it using it as a bottom. You could see the daily is in a downtrend. On the MACD, we tried to have a golden cross, we failed. We tried to have a golden cross, we failed. We tried to have a golden cross, we failed. We tried to have a golden cross, we succeeded. The trend, the swing trade or swing trend is changing. So right now it is forming a bullish short-term bottom. You could see here the RSI was using the moving average as resistance. We have just broken out and we're staying above as support. The most important thing is the daily needs to break into section A. The MACD needs to break above the histogram into section A, which is here, and then we could see Bitcoin break 67.1, potentially head to 70,000 or even back to 72,000. Now to confluence it up, we look at the price structure. Okay, what has happened is we have been making, once again, lower highs and lower lows each time. Right now we're staying above what was resistance and it's turning into support. That's bullish side number one. If we do straggle down a little bit and find support at the 62.5 or 62,000, as long as it is higher than this one here and technically around this one here, so trickle down to here, let's just say, this is an inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders are bullish patterns that usually have a break to the upside. And what usually happens is you would have a completion of the leg, okay, or the arm, whatever you want to call it. So we would go from here, complete this side of the pattern, and then once again be extremely overbought on the daily RSI around 69,000 to potentially 71.5. That's my technical analysis. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. That's what I think is playing out. Now what you do is you set alerts. Alert would be number one, zoom in first, right? So I want to see if the RSI breaks this previous high here, 57.35. Go to the 16-hour. I want to see if the 16-hour breaks to 56.96. Go to the daily. I want to see if the daily breaks this previous resistance, not the 50, previous resistance that it had a hard time breaking, the 51.87 right here. Once we break that, we know we have bullish momentum on our side. We have bullish divergence on our side. We have the monthly on our side, the weekly bouncing off the moving averages, us staying in the rounding bottom, never breaking down, and then eventually coming back up. That's the technical analysis. I love you guys. Appreciate the support. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section. Once again, we can trickle down, right? We could trickle down. I'm not worried as long as we stay above 60,000. So once again, we could trickle all the way down to here. Come back to this liquidity zone right here of 59,000 to 60,000. See support again. Form the inverse head and shoulders, and then eventually break to the upside. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Do me a favor, if you appreciate these videos, just like them. That's all I could ask. Thank you.